So, hello guys, Christoph here again, and in this tutorial I'm gonna show you the Daz to Marvel's Designer to Cinema 4D workflow. First, I'd like to show you. Recently, I made this whole Cinema 4D and Octane course on Udemy, so you can check it out. We talk about art theory, 3D lighting, 3D texturing, how to render your scene realistically. So it's basically a complete masterclass in Cinema 4D and Octane, and you can get it as low as for I don't know $13 with the link below in the description. So let's get to the Daz Central. This is the Daz Studio. It's a studio where you can choose different figures and like edit them. It's really a really good studio if you are. It's a really good software for creating figures for your scene because it's quite easy. You don't have to sculpt them like in ZBrush or stuff like that. So this doesn't really look like a 3D software. I'm telling you, but don't worry, it's not any weird site. So let's go to the Daz Studio and we're gonna wait till it fires up. So we go here to the we need to close this and we go here to the smart content. We choose figures and let's go with the basic mail. Okay, so what this do is this is a generator, so it will just generate a figure, and here you can like add hairs, sorry, hair. You can add hair, you can uh, give them some props and stuff like that. But what I usually do, I just let me delete it. It looks kind of weird. I just generate the figure, and we usually don't want it to be in our scene like this. So we're gonna create some pose. You can pose it like doing like this. It's quite easy though. So you can just put a reference photo and pose it with the joints here. But let's move it back to the basic position, and let's choose some preset pose. So I kind of like, maybe this one could look great in some scene. Oh, okay, so let me delete it. It sometimes is kind of buggy, so let's delete it and load it again. Okay, and now let's generate the pose. Okay, so we need to do it a different way. Sorry. Let's first make a keyframe of this because I'll show you in Marvel's Designer why we do this. So let's just click this button here and make a keyframe here, and then make another keyframe here. It doesn't really matter, and just load in the generator. So now we have our whole animation from the A pose to the kneeling pose. Sometimes I found that this is a pose, and I think Marvel's Designer can work with A poses, so it should be okay. But let's be sure and make it. Let's transform this one to T pose. I'm gonna show you how to do it in Genesis 8 because in Genesis 3 there was some poses, I think, but in Genesis 8 you only have the A pose. Like default, so you need to go to the left shoulder, not the collar, not this one, but the shoulder, which is this part here, and you add in, I don't know, I think it's, wait a second, yes, it's 45.61, and here it's minus 45.61, and we need to also adjust the tides. So left is -6 on the side to side, and +6 on the side to side is on the for the right. So now we have the A pose. We just check the animation. It looks great. Okay. So from Daz Studio, you can export the uh, the the whole animation and put it into Marvelous, but I found that it wasn't quite working for me. It did some weird artifacts, and the poses were like unnatural movement. So what I do is I export just the pose, and then export the last frame as a morph. So let's export this first, and we need to select the whole Genesis 8 male. So let's export this one to object, yes, obj, this one, and oops, yes, I need to put in so let's make it a figure. And here are the export options, and I think we don't need to change anything, so let's just export it. So now we're gonna export this one as a morph. So let's go to export again, obj and morph. Yes, yes, this is great. So now let's get into Marvelous Designer, and let's go to File, import obj, and we need to import the figure. I think we don't need to change anything here. So it's gonna tell us that it's not a perfect T-pose, I think, but I found that it doesn't really matter. Maybe you can try exporting it in A pose or T pose. It's just up to you, you know. So let's create some fast piece of cloth. So I'm thinking of a dress, even though it's a male figure, but it doesn't really matter. So let's just you need to select this tool. I'm gonna be doing a more complex tutorial on Marvelous Designer, but for now it's just the workflow, you know. So you don't need to really. It's just for you to see how to import and export different elements of the from different software, because it took me a while to figure this all out. So that's why I'm teaching it. So let's create a dress with this tool right here. Let's just make it very simple. Something like this. Yes, and like this. So this is the dress, and now I'm going to I'm going to select this edit curvature and select this middle one. Yes, exactly. You know, it's a dress for women, but I think it doesn't really matter. So let's just make another one right here and rotate it. So bring this one behind. And now we want to sew them together. Okay, I need to first create some points here. So add points. Let's add in one here and one here, because we need to divide this line into two segments for us to sew it and leave this one open. So okay, maybe even this should be let's do the curvature. This should look like this, I think. Okay, it's just, it doesn't really matter now, but yes. So these are our garments. Let's put this one behind. Okay, yes. So maybe let's put them both a bit like to top. Yes, and now we're gonna sew them. So let's select this tool and just click and click. So we sew these parts. Yes. This one is quite tricky. We need to, yes. Yes. Be sure to select it like on both sides close to this point, because close to the same point, because otherwise it would like rotate the sewing and you would need to reverse it. So just make it like this, and now press space button, space key, and it simulated the clothes. So now our model has this beautiful dress, and we can put in the morph target. So let's go to animation. Yes, and now file, import obj, and let's import the morph, and you need to here select the load as morph target. So now we have the morph. Yes. So and the simulation, you see, like we need to put here the animation, even though we just want the final pose, because we need the clothes to sim nicely. So now we can see this kind of this loose, I don't know what it's called, but we can just fix it by simming it. We need to put press space again, and now we just drag it here. Oops. Oops. It doesn't really work. I don't know why. Yes. So maybe like this, but I would like to have it like more here, but it doesn't work. You know, like this program is kind of a mess sometimes, but oops, it's not really working right now. So this looks like we cannot really fix it. Maybe if we, yes, maybe something like this. This looks like okay. Maybe this one should be more to the side as well. Here it creates some artifacts. So let's just check for the artifact. This looks okay. As I said, we're gonna go through Marvel's Designer more in depth. So don't worry, guys. Now let's export this one. Okay. So let's go to File, Export, OBJ. And this is the figure, this is the clothes. Okay, so now we can select the thin. I think it's better, and I think the weld is the correct option. So otherwise it's okay. So now we can go to Cinema 4D and just import it in here, so you see your character in Cinema 4D. Okay, so I'll show you the file here, and we just go in and yes, this one, and import it to Cinema 4D. So the swing is kind of weird right here. I don't know what it means, but maybe it will look great in the render. But you can see you have the figure here. You have the textures. You can improve the textures using materialize program, which is this one, which will convert it to the height, diffuse, normal, metallic, smoothness maps for Octane. And I'm gonna be a more in-depth. I'm gonna be doing a more in-depth tutorial on that. So if you are an Octane user, stay tuned for more videos. So this is just the workflow of Daz Studio, Marvelous Designer, and Cinema 4D, and I hope you learned something. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and subscribe to my channel, and also check out the course in the description. So see ya.